We love to travel, preferably away from the classic travel routes. My passion is to take photos and to capture the world and life with all its beauty.
And it's my passion to put our trips together. I'm always looking for extraordinary places. We want to share our pictures and our experiences with you, and we want to inspire you. Follow us on our travels and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our trips.
We arrived in New Delhi from our trip through South India and were already set to the rhythm of India. New Delhi is an incredible energetic city. And as it is in major Indian cities, it is chaotic, hectic, loud, and there are many people. Very many people. There is a lot to see and overstimulation is inevitable. But New Delhi also has its wonderful cultural oases, in which you will certainly never be completely alone. We sometimes wondered how all this could work in this chaos. But every country has its own rhythm, its own approach, and this can also lead to the goal, even if that is sometimes a bit incomprehensible from our European point of view.
We had often funny experiences with Indians' logic, which we did not always understand. Things that are like that today can be completely different tomorrow. Something that is allowed today is not tomorrow. India teaches us not to take things too seriously and to take them with a smile. One thing is for sure, it never gets boring in India. We also wanted to see the Taj Mahal, from which we have already seen so many beautiful pictures. And there we stood in Agra at the entrance of the Taj Mahal in a crowd. As a non-Indian, you pay multiple times for the ticket, but you can walk past the long queues, which was kind of a strange feeling.
The Taj Mahal is breathtakingly beautiful and absolutely worth seeing. The hustle and bustle and the many photo requests from young Indians who wanted to be photographed with us irritated us a bit. But when we looked at the beauty of the Taj Mahal, which slowly turned pink in the evening light, and when we thought about the romantic love story, we had arrived at the moment.
Not far from the Taj Mahal, we visited the Itimat-ut-Dawla tomb and the Fatehpur Sikri palace. Everything much smaller, much fewer people. We were surprised because we had these two beautiful places almost to ourselves. The building arts of the past are incredibly beautiful. We were very inspired and enjoyed the peace and romance to the fullest. And whenever we thought that it couldn't be more beautiful and exciting, India taught us better. We arrived in Jodhpur, the blue city.
Why it is so called becomes clear when you stroll through the city. Most of the houses are painted blue and it feels like swimming through a blue sea of houses. We made our way early in the morning to see the sunrise from the fort with a view of the Maharaja Palace. Then we explored the imposing fort which towers over the city. Just magical the place, like a journey back in time. In the Thar Desert near Jaisalmer, we have ridden camels for the first time in our lives. The evening light in the desert was beautiful and made my photographer's heart beat faster. The people here lived very simple and very traditionally. We stayed in a small, simple tent, and we didn't think that the night in the desert could be so bitterly cold. But we were rewarded with the most beautiful starry sky ever. And then we were happy when the sun woke us up with its warming rays the next morning.
We moved on to Jaisalmer Fort to treat ourselves to a delicious cashew and paneer curry. After that cold night in the desert, it tasted even better. The fort sits on a hill, and the golden sandstone world of colors with the beautiful buildings has an incredibly romantic charm. The market in Jaisalmer was colorful and simple, with many craftsmen and traders, and there were cows and goats running around everywhere. We stood for a while at the street stalls and watched the blacksmith. It's impressive how they practice their crafts with such simple means and with such perfection. The motto at this time was "Always further," and so we arrived in Pushkar, at the Holy Lake. Many Indians make pilgrimages here, an incredible scenario, an incredibly beautiful place.
One day when we walked up the many steps on the way to a temple on the top of the mountain, we had one of those experiences that you probably will have only in India. In the middle of the hill, I suddenly had a strong belly pain and I sat on the steps. Shortly afterwards, a woman stopped in front of me and asked me if I was okay. When I replied that I have a strong belly pain, she just said, "I'm an Ayurvedic doctor." She took one of her scarves and put it on the floor. She asked me to lie down and wrapped another scarf around my belly. She pulled it jerkily and extremely tight. Then she loosened the scarf with a smile and said, "So, now you should be fine again." And before I could realize anything, she was already gone. I did not understand the world anymore, but I was fine again. Unbelievable. This is India.
In our last days in India, we explored the city of Jaipur, with its beautiful buildings and the turbulent life on the streets. A little wistful that our India trip is coming to an end, we visited the magnificent buildings Gaitore, Kichatrian, Mahal and Amberfor, which are located in a dreamy landscape.
We were so grateful for all that we were able to experience in India. We will draw from the wonderful moments and encounters for a long time to come.
India teaches us not to take things too seriously and sometimes just to be in the moment. One thing is clear, we will be back, because we have only seen a fraction and know that India has so much more to offer, and because we love the spirit of India. We would be very happy about a like and subscribe to the channel for further travel inspiration.